I know many of y'all done heard of The Best Man, the movie. That was such a great movie. I like it anyway. But I read something today that kind of gave me a Bible version of The Best Man. It's not quite the same, but it is. So listen and I'll tell you where to tune into. Judges 13 through 16. You can read it all for yourself later, but I'm going to be paraphrasing and tell you how I feel. Y'all remember Samson. He had a mama who was not named, but his daddy was Manoah. And this is Tanja. Let me start over. I'm just coming at you with another nugget. It's just my 2 cents for change. But this one is about the best man. And in this version, today's version, it was really, they called them companions, which can equate to his friend, so to speak. But anyway, Samson was born because his mama didn't have no children. Sure didn't. And when the angel of the Lord told her that she was going to have some, there were some requirements, you know. And so one of the major things that we all know about is his locks on his head. You can't cut his hair. And so she said, all right, I got you. I want a baby, you know, because he already told me he's going to have a son. So anyway, Samson grew up, did the things that his mom told him to do. So then he went to and saw this. He went to a place that where the Philistines were, and this was all of God's planning. You know, you got to remember that God set stuff up too, y'all. Don't just blame everything on the devil. But anyway, so he wanted to marry this Philistine woman. His mom's like, you can't get nobody in our, you know, around here, you know, our peeps. So anyway, they went on down, and in the midst of going down, of course, he killed a lion. And when he went back and to get his parents, of course, and came back, the bees had done, you know, came and created honey, and he dipped the honey and gave some to his mom and dad. But he didn't tell them he did it, because remember, one of the requirements also was not eating, you know, eat anything from any dead thing, you know. So anyway, he went down, married the woman and all that. They had this feast. And so, you know, I'm sure they were drinking. But anyway, I'm paraphrasing, like I said, doing what they do. And then the equivalent of the movie The Best Man, this is his bachelor party. So because he was down there doing it and had this little riddle and everything going, people was mad, like, we can't figure this out. 3 days we in, can't figure it out. I need you to go do your thing. And you know, women, we got some power. We don't understand the power we got. We can be very manipulative. We can do a lot of stuff and get a guy to do whatever if we're that right female, if you know how to carry it out. But anyway, that's a whole different topic. So they couldn't figure it out. So she finally, you know, just, no, help me. You know, everybody know I don't know. You know how we pour it on, you know, crying and acting all whatever. So finally he told her, and she went back and told them. And he was pissed. You know, like I said, I'm paraphrasing, but he was pissed and, you know, started tearing up some stuff, you know. And so they were like, well, you know, who is this person that did this? You know, because it's like, why is he doing all this kind of stuff? And then he started killing people and, you know, just doing stuff. So finally, when they realized, after he got through doing that after the feast, well, he didn't start killing right away. He just started taking some of the stuff from their livelihood, killing, you know, the animals and the food, their food supply, so to speak. And so they got pissed and stuff. And so then after, you know, they knew they couldn't take him or whatever. So then they was asking who did this, and they was like, you know, Samson, basically, you know, trying to set him up and everything. But then they also found out what he did when he went back to go, you know, after he got through having a good time and all this kind of stuff. He went back to be with his wife, and her daddy wouldn't let him. Now, this man married a woman already, but he wouldn't let him go to his wife. Talking about, don't you want her? I gave her to your friend, your companion. That's like the best man, but they didn't tell her. You know, they didn't tell her that happened years before they did it on their own. But how you gonna feel? You get married, you having a feast, and your father-in-law gives your wife to somebody else. Ain't that something? Anyway, I'm just trying to get you to go there and think how this looks. But so he was pissed and everything. They couldn't control him. They couldn't do nothing to him. So, you know, after a while, he went and had sex with a prostitute. they call them harlots, but a prostitute or whatever. And then he ran into that old Delilah. You know, he done some stuff. But actually, in between all that, he ruled for like 20 years. So, you know, he had a special anointing on him as long as he did what he's supposed to do. But, you know, sometimes in the midst of all of that, just like when he wasn't supposed to eat nothing from anything dead, he did. He got that honey out of that. That's why he didn't tell his mom and daddy, because he knew he wasn't supposed to do it. So in the midst of it, just like in The Best Man, he was out there hoeing around doing what he's doing as a superstar NFL player. And then his so-called virgin woman, you know, doing something with somebody that, you know, she was just trying to get revenge back, and they kept it a secret. And then when it finally came out, when he put it in a book, and like now, Samson thing is in a book, it's in the Bible, showing you that when you put things out there like that, it's bound to have some consequences. So of course he used a woman to do some things and stuff, and so like Delilah, they couldn't figure out how to hold him up because he was killing people. He had started killing people. He was a little pissed. But anyway, I ain't gonna say a little pissed, but he was a lot pissed. But anyway, so he took Delilah, and, you know, he wanted her because you could tell he was a spoiled brat. His parents didn't have no kids. And then all of a sudden, she's able to get this son that she wanted. So I'm sure he was a little brat. Why you can't have a woman from here? But he wanted that Philistine woman, and he got her. And things started to, you know, roll down here from there. But I said all that to say, to go back to Delilah, that manipulative spirit, you got to be careful who you get with. And women, don't do men like that. Don't do it. But anyway, back to the story. So Delilah was trying to figure out where his strength come from, because they want to get him. This man done, you know, he done wreaked havoc. He done went on a rampage, and he just kind of did his thing of destroying whatever was in his path. Because when he get his way, that's what spoiled brats do. He did things that, you know, just kind of made things not so good for other people as well, because he wasn't gonna be miserable by himself. But anyway, Best Man done slept with his wife. Daddy, father-in-law trying to give him the younger sister. He ain't want her. He gonna sleep with a harlot. Then they gonna get to Delilah thinking, oh, this the one. And then she trying to figure out where his strength come from, and she finally figures it out. Of course, he should have known. I mean, it took him like 3-4 tries before he actually told her. Why would she keep asking him that kind of thing? When somebody's comfortable with you, they'll tell you on their own. But you shouldn't have to keep asking nobody. Ooh, I'm sweating, y'all. But anyway, so that's what happened. And that's my idea of the equivalent of The Best Man, the movie, the Bible Best Man version, so to speak. But anyway, he told Delilah, and, you know, y'all know the rest of the story. If you don't, go to Judges in chapter 13 through 16 and read it for yourself. But my takeaway from that is, you know what? The Bible said, do unto others you have them do unto you. Don't go thinking you the man and you can do whatever you want to do and sleep with who you want to sleep with, and then there's no consequences. Like the woman, you just want her to be Miss Perfect, and it don't happen, and you find out otherwise. You get pissed and you want to destroy stuff. So in Samson's case, his wife done slept with one of his friends. And it's like, well, dang, you know, I'm pissed. That was my thing. That was my wife. So you know what? Be careful. Be careful who you choose. Be careful what you do, because it will all come back on you. If you like anything that you heard, please click the like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, My 2 Cents for Change. And also you can go to your Facebook page, Reverse 180. And then you can go to Instagram page, Reverse 180 Women. I hope you tune in and stay tuned for our next session. On My 2 Cents for Change, we're going to have Rebecca on, and we're going to be talking about sex before marriage. And again, we're going to talk about some dating. Are the principles of the Bible, is dating in the Bible? Put it that way. So we're going to have some serious discussions. You can join in. Just make sure May 3rd at 5 o'clock on a Thursday, May 2nd on a Thursday at 5 o'clock. Join in. Until next time, be blessed.